Hi, my name is Eric Dodds. I am a program manager for the lands program of the Diversion project. I work for AE2S. In general, I help manage the acquisition of property rights and help develop programs to mitigate the impacts to property that the project will cause. We have a big flood protection project, massive project, 30 miles of diversion channel and 20 miles of southern embankment, and I think probably 6,000 or 7,000 acres of land needed for the footprint of the project. And so asking property owners to give up their land for the project is certainly a challenge. I think generally speaking, most people understood the land needs for the footprint. But then one of the other major challenges is we have this upstream area, about 29,000 acres, where we need to buy flowage easements. And those flowage easements are a little bit abstract, a little bit hard to understand at the surface, and unfortunately they impact people's farms, homes, businesses, and so we had to buy out and relocate probably 100 or more rural residential properties and a dozen farmsteads. We're dealing with a lot of landowners and a lot of parcels. I think over 2,000 parcels of property have been affected by the project, and by and large, we've acquired what we need from those landowners using a fair process. I think one of the successes that may seem a little bit awkward to talk about is, of those 2,000 parcels, we've only had to use an eminent domain trial 3 times. And I don't like to talk lightly about eminent domain, but the fact that we've acquired so many property rights and only had to go through the court process on 3 of those situations so far, I think that's really quite remarkable, and a testament that we're trying to be as fair, friendly, and flexible as we can with landowners. I mentioned earlier we've had probably over 100 different residential properties that have been acquired and relocated as part of this project. Nearly all of the homes and buildings and barns that were acquired from those people have been repurposed. And so early on, as we were developing approaches to mitigating the structures, that was one of our goals, was to try to, let's not send everything to the landfill. Let's repurpose. There's a lot of value in these homes and barns, and so I think that's kind of a neat side story that our lands team was involved in sort of guiding that early on. So we should be proud of this. You don't get a chance to work on a project of this nature, one that impacts the community so deeply, provides resilience for hopefully for perpetuity and generations to come. So yeah, it's really, really rewarding.